What's going on, guys? This has been the latest mobile obsession for me. So I'm playing Warcraft Rumble, and this is on BlueStacks. So I'm on my PC right now, but this is my account. I've been playing on iOS, and so you can play on iPad, you can play on Android, you can play on whatever you want, as long as it's mobile. But if you get BlueStacks on your PC, it's an emulator for Android. And so I was going to start a new account, but since I signed into Blizzard, my account carries over. So you can see all of my heroes up here. But let's just kind of go through the game. You're basically in a map, kind of like if you've ever played World of Warcraft. You have these zones, and you start off in, let's just say, Ashenvale. So you're going to have low-level missions that you start out with, and we can go all the way back to 1. So you'll start in Elwyn Forest, and you'll have these boss fights. Each one has a leader, and then you're going to have a hard mission down at the bottom. And your goal is to beat each one of these sort of arena-style areas, and I'll show you one here in a minute. And whenever you beat one of these nodes, if I go back, each one of these will have a little crest. And so if we go up here and we click on this sigil or crest is what you earn, and each time you get one, it adds up your total. So after 2 sigils, you can get your first leader. After 4, you get to change it. You get access to the grid, which I'll show you in a minute. 8, you get access to PvP, guilds, leader choice, so on and so forth. After a certain while, you start getting access just to new troops and new talents. But at level 30 is when you get access to the dungeons. And we'll go through dungeons here in just a minute. So click out of there. Your game board kind of looks like this. So you can, anywhere you have sigils or levels that you need to complete. So right now I have the Reek, I have Elder Torn Tusk, and I have Falstad that I still need to complete in the hinterlands. And it'll tell you how many sigils you need to get to the next land. So that's your map layout. You're going to have a mode called Arclight Surge, which will take an area that you've already completed, and it will turn it into Arclight Surge. And what that means is you can go back and complete those nodes, and they'll have like special conditions. And the special condition may be like extra gold coming out of each node. It may be the way the towers behave, something that is going to change the map. And when you beat it, you can get gold for that, and you need gold to purchase new heroes. So let's go ahead and talk about the grid. So the grid is where you can get new characters. The beast grid is an event right now, so it's going to be a featured family, meaning things that drop in the grid here are going to be in the beast family. And that lasts for another 4 days and 7 hours until it rotates. And so you're going to be able to get all the creatures from the beast family, and we'll talk about families here in a minute. But you can see 3 of these right now are featured. This one right now I've already got. This is Charlga Razorflank. It's one of the leaders, and if I buy this right now, it will give me a +1 star. I need 3 stars to advance her to the next level. So we'll show you what levels are here in just a second. But that's the grid. If you don't like your grid, you can recycle the grid. It is a big button. I have 7 of them left. And basically this happens at midnight every day. But if you don't like what's on the grid, you can recycle it. Destroys all these options and brings you 5 new ones. So it's basically part of the store. Every 4 hours you do get free bonus XP. So click on that. And the XP will go to my units. So this is a safe pilot. It's an unbound character. And then you have the option to purchase tomes for gold. So if we click on these, you can see a major beast tome. Tomes present pairs of minis. You pick which one you want to give the XP to. So we go back. We're not going to buy one of those. And then you can buy rare upgrade cores, so you can upgrade a mini. Now your characters, like if I go here to my army, And if I click on, let's click on Berserker Troll, Dark Spear. So your minis, these are your minis, right? You have leaders, you have minis. The 3 gold is how much it costs to play this character when you're on a map. These are special powers, so you have to upgrade from basic to like uncommon to be able to use a power, and then once you upgrade you have to buy the power, so it's kind of a two-edged sword. So you have to spend gold to buy the upgrades, and then you have to spend gold to power them up to uncommon. So the next one would be rare, but this is a ranged character, 1 target. So some characters do like AoE, they'll do multi-target, some of them do 1 target, and this one is poisonous now because of the power. I gave it Serpent Sting, so it gains poison. You can put up to 3 power traits on each mini, and so the stats go up every time you give them XP. This bar starts to fill up. Right now I need 675 to get to level 13, and I need 10 stars to upgrade to the next level, so uncommon would probably go to rare. So that is a mini. Let's talk about the different types. So to see families, it might actually be easier if we go here. You can look at the tomes. So we have Alliance, we have Horde, we have Beast, we have Undead, and we have Blackrock. So those are your 5 different family types. Now this, I'll go ahead and show you PvP. So while we're in here, if you join a guild, you get access to these collection rewards. So as you level up in PvP, your guild contributes to these tomes, and you want to use the type of leader to get more points in PvP, and it'll contribute to basically giving you these tomes. So there are 3 rewards for each family, and so we have 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, and everybody in the guild or previous guild members will contribute to this. So you can get, so PvP gives you honor. Each family earns crests every 200 honor, and so I think it's about 150 for each win. And if we go back, so that's our families, and that's PvP. The rewards so far, we got Sylvanas, and it was uncommon, which is nice. We got a new emote, and we got epic upgrade core coming up, so definitely trying to work towards the epic upgrade. We have 11 days to finish this, and then we'll get a new PvP. Like a sort of map, but I'll show you kind of what's going on with PvP right now here in just a second. You can see right here I'm at 3,100. Our former members, so people have come in and come out, but you can see they've contributed, you know, X amount of experience to there. And let's talk about dungeons. So if we go to dungeons, this is it's a 3-fight dungeon. So you're going to go in, and you can see they have names just like they do in Warcraft. So Black Fathom Deeps is the current dungeon. It is a beast dungeon. And if we click on here, so you'll see it's a 3-map gauntlet, powerful dungeon relics to boost your army. So you pick from 3 different relics that you can put on your army. If you conquer the dungeon, you can permanently upgrade your leader's army, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So if we enter the dungeon, you can see we are on the beast rotation. Last week was undead, so the next one should be Alliance, then it goes Horde, Blackrock, Undead, and then Beast. And so we'll rotate that way. Each time you kill one of these bosses, you get one of these guys right here. You can upgrade a mini, which is it's like energy. You also get like a mini, like a sigil, and if you fail one of the dungeon stages and you've beat a previous one, then you can re-enter that stage. If you fail it more than once, or if you don't have enough of those kind of like respawn sigils, then you'll have to start the dungeon all over. The dungeons usually start out a little bit lower level, so they start around like level 5. If you beat the dungeon, it goes up by 3 levels. So currently we have level 9, level 8, and level 8 because I beat the dungeon with each one of these characters, and so it increased the dungeon level, but we got to increase our leader abilities. So if we go to the army, and let's just click on this one right here. Actually, let me just show you right here. So I've got, these are like the common powers that you get. So beast, you get +1 level. This just comes with the hero whenever you unlock it, right? So you have one there, you have one there. Those are both beasts. So you want to put a beast character in there because you get +1 level when you're fighting. The silver one is +2 levels. And these are what you get whenever you beat the dungeon. So you get to upgrade your level of your leader, but you also get to upgrade or add these down here. So you get 1, 2, 3 when you start, and then you can add 1, 2, 3 down at the bottom, and you get to pick these. So you either pick a new one, like ranged, or if you picked unbound like this one and you got it again, like luck of the draw, then you can do you can upgrade it to silver, and you can do +2, and then there's one more upgrade after that, which would be your +3. So right now we are right now I need to swap these two right here because you can see they're not matching up. Ranged would be +1 and unbound. This character, if I look at her, you're gonna see that she is ranged, so it's lighting up, but she's also unbound. This one is ranged but not unbound, and so we would take this, swap, and that way we light up the bonus for each one. So you just want to make sure that those match up when you're building your armies. Kind of look at your average cost down here, make sure it's anywhere between 3 and 4 is okay. If you get it sub 3, you might not have enough tanks, or you might not have enough you know, build diversity to actually get through some levels. It's good to have smaller costs because gold regenerates, and if you're not farming enough gold, you can still deploy. But if you're getting one shot all the time, then you might need some beefier characters. So let's go through what I've got on this one right now. We've got this is the Prowler. So the Prowler, you can see, has that little jump attack. It's very good for getting the jump on a mini as you go. We have no powers on it yet. So fast and first, it's a melee tank. It's a fast melee tank. So fast just means they move faster than a lot of other characters. They're melee, so they do hand to hand. They are one target, and they're also a tank. Tank means they have more health. They can last a lot longer in the battle. I use these for 2 different reasons. So to get to the enemies, like if they're farming gold, I'll get to their gold miner quicker, or if I see a chest on the map, then I'll go ahead and deploy these so I can get to the chest faster, because chests give you +2 gold for each one that you see. You can also deploy these when a tank is getting close, so a tank can start taking all the damage, or you can use this as a tank. There are some tanks that just have way more health than these guys, but you can send these out first, put a ranged unit right behind it, and you're kind of good to go. So that is that. The Harpies are an excellent character to send right after them, because this the Wolf, the Prowler, is a ground tank, and these guys will take care of flying. They can attack things that are on the ground, and they can attack in the air as well. Not a ton of hit points, but they are a squad. They are fast, and they are flying, so they can match your Prowler's speed. You can see we've got only 354 health there, but pretty low cost at 3. Then we've got the Warsong Raider, which I love. Warsong Raider, this is another tank. It's also fast as well. The difference between this one is you want to deploy this on towers because it does siege damage. So siege damage, you can see double damage versus towers. So you definitely want to deploy this one and have a backup with it, because it'll get to a tower very quickly and it'll destroy it twice as fast. And then we go down to Safe Pilot. When I first started this game, I did not like Safe Pilot. I didn't understand how to use it. The more and more that you go through and actually use this character, you find out that it's quite powerful. So when you deploy it, it's going to give you a circle, and you can see that it crash lands into units. Now, if the unit is not a tank, if it's a small group of units, you can actually take them out with that, and then you've got a powerful unit that is shooting a charged blast. And you can put this behind one of your tanks if you like. So no powers there, but it's flexible range and it's unbound. Unbound means I can deploy this anywhere I want on the map. It also does elemental damage, which is good against armored. It's unbound, and its ranged attack is its main attack after you crash land. So crash landed on some units and sacrifice, crash landed on a chest and get +2 gold, and then, you know, maybe she'll do some damage to something else. Or crash landed in a group where your tank is taking some damage and smash those enemies, and then she'll stay behind the tank and do some pretty good damage on a tower or a boss. The troll became one of my favorite ranged units. As I mentioned, I put poison, so I get that damage over time. It has a really long range and one or two shots almost every single flying unit out there. And then these guys, I picked these up because I've been seeing them in PvP a whole lot. This is a twin pair of tanks, and they are resistant, but when one of them dies, it resurrects the other one. It usually only happens about once before they get taken out, but they revive, they're a squad, they're melee, they resist, and they're a tank. They're pretty beefy, and so if we see the health is 3046, they are really slow, so deploy them out and wait before you add a fast unit, because you don't want them to overrun your tank. So there you go. That's my build for Razor Flank. Razor Flank has a very unique ability. So Spirit Tangle is the main attack for Razor Flank. So basically it shoots a lasso, and it's kind of like a vine, and it slows down and just sits there and eats away health on an enemy. So it's kind of cool and mobilizes, but your minis in your hand share the same cost. So it's very random, but you can have like a 1-cost tank, or your miner could cost 6. This usually averages out pretty well, but sometimes you'll get like 1, 2, 3 in a row where you can deploy a tank for very, very low cost. Then you'll have to sacrifice one unit and just play it at a 6 cost. It's normally not a 6. So if I look at here, everything down here, we have a 3 and a 3 and a 3 and a 3. Sometimes these cost 1. This unit right here has a unique perk called Cycle. So Cycle means that they cost 2 or less. So when this person, or when this leader is in the group, everything that's in your hand costs 2 or less. And so that can be very beneficial when you're trying to get an army out there very quickly. If we scroll down, here is everything that we've collected so far. And then we've got we've got 10 things that we have not collected. And then you've got some skins, so you can earn these. And then you have emotes. You can play emotes. And those are per leader. So each leader, you're going to have to change that out if you want to use different emotes, and go from there. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to the map, and let's look at PvP. So PvP has, basically it has seasons. So Alterac Valley is the map. Dragon Towers, they breathe a cone of elemental damage that looks like fire. And then fortifications, towers have twice as much health. So they take a little bit longer to bring down in PvP than they do for PvE. And so that's why you want something with any kind of siege damage that you can send out there. And then for yourself, if I can get that away, for yourself, you've got tomes that you can collect. So we have Modest Tomes, we have an Alliance Tome, and then we have 450 gold if we get up to 2,000. Each time you get rewards, you get up to a new level, then you can get more rewards. So it keeps going throughout the season, and you can keep playing. And then you can see your top 3 leaders contribute to your PvP rank, and the rest of them are just down here. So I've done PvP with pretty much everybody. I haven't used Hogger yet, but if you want to pick a new leader, you just click on them, and then you hit Rumble, and you can hop into PvP. So we'll do a match here in just a little bit. And then the last thing here, we have quests. So quests are a good way to level up your characters. If you go through here. You can complete with armies of any level. They grant XP to the mini that you choose to fight against, and your choice will always be the lowest level mini in your equipped army, another mini from your equipped army, and a random mini from your equipped army. So basically, I want Molten Giant XP. I will hit play. Let's just go ahead and play this one and see how we do. This is a 5x bonus quest, meaning we get a bunch for this one. After this, it'll probably give me like 30, 30, maybe 40. But right now we're sitting at around like 30, 37 times 5. So that's why we're getting 198 of these little shards. So if we go ahead and hit play, we can take a look at the board. We'll kind of get oriented. The best way to start this game is really to just hop in and just play.
Welcome to the show, friends.
So it's going to show you the overview of the map. Before you actually deploy something, you can see everything in the game. Now, I haven't played this on Android yet, so you can see everything's going to have a tooltip. So let's go ahead and click through those. So we have a tower. This is your barracks. This is your tower. If it's destroyed, you lose, right? So you protect this one as much as you can. We have chests. These give you 2 gold, and you can't use flying characters. These arrows, this is a path. So your characters, when you drop them, are either going to go left here or they're going to go right. Sometimes you have 4 paths, so you can go left, right, up, down. But as you click start, you can click on that and change the way that they go. So if you don't want to hit this tower and you want to skip it, you can change the path. It'll push up and it'll send them to this tower. So if we click on this, these spawn gold collected by troops with the miner. I didn't actually click on that node, but there, guard tower. Deploy zone. So these are captured by units. Once you capture one of these towers, you can start deploying units there. The gold vein is where you get gold. You get up to 3 depending on how much has grown around the edge of it. This is the boss, so this is Jindo, the Hexer, and this is what you are trying to get to. And so if you get your troops up to him and destroy him, then you win the map. And that's pretty much everything for now. So we're going to hit start. The first thing I have is a big tank, so if I deploy it over here, it is going to go get the chest first. There we go, 2 doggos. So he deployed a big giant right there. I want to send this behind my tank. And then I want to send flyers because, they also deployed a range that has ricochet. So that's going to be tough on my units. So we're going to deploy 1 more tank. And you can see that each mini shares the same cost. Normally this would be a 1 and a 6 and a 3 and a 3. But let's go ahead and deploy this. You can see her blast. Boom. Take out some of those units. I want to deploy this range back behind my tower so it doesn't get hurt too bad. We'll deploy our miner over here as a distraction. Let's see, we're not doing so well on this map because we're getting quickly overtaken. So it's not always good to have razor flank because at times you can get overwhelmed pretty easily, and then you don't have the right troop mix to basically take that over. So that's basically a map though. Whenever you win those, you will get all of those shards, and then you can apply those to the unit that you want. So if we go back here and we click here, we can find a different hero that we might have more luck with. So we can try Baron Rivendare. Nearby allied skeletons gain bloodlust. That's a power that I have on Baron. Baron has Army of the Dead, so your base will summon skeletons. We've got the Necromancer, we've got our tank, we've got Safe Pilot, we have a Mage, we have another small tank, which is only a 2 for a tank, which is really nice. And then we have some AoE attack with our farmer. So we'll go ahead and try this and see how this works out. And yeah, let's see if we can get a win. So let's go ahead and click back here, go to quest. And whenever the quest button is purple, that means you have the 5x quest. So we can try it again. Let's see how a different mix. Let's see if we can get it to work out with a different mix.
Welcome to the show,
I
friends.
can skip that anytime you would like. Now all my minis are going to cost what they should cost. And we're going to try to farm gold as fast as we can. So let's go ahead and get him out there. Let's get Goblin Farmer. Go ahead and play her. Take out the flying creature with that crash. And then we're going to get our Necromancer out so we can deploy some more skeletons. Take out that tank. I'm going to use this tank on the other side. I'm actually going to skip. I'm going to have my farmer go farm that gold node. And then I'm going to send the AoE back behind. So we've taken over this tower. Taking over the tower allows me to spawn units from there. And then I have my hero, so we're going to spawn the hero. I'm going to deploy her so I can smash all these smaller units. And then now I can summon. So now he gives bloodlust to all these skeletons. I'm going to add another tank here because it's pretty low cost. And then once I take over this tower, I'll be able to deploy my miners. Now my miner's there. And I can deploy some more AoE back behind there. And then she can smash the hero. And she'll do some pretty high power. And we should be able to take over this. Oh, I can actually get 2 heroes out at once. And there we go. Easy peasy, right? So it's really all about the mix. And what you like, the map can change, so it could change. It could rely on a hero, could rely on the units. It just kind of all depends. But that is that for that map, and so we will get those shards. And you also get daily rewards, so you get this 3 times a day. You can get these tomes. So if I claim my reward, let's see what a tome does. So it'll tell you if you claim this many shards, you'll actually get an upgrade. I'm going to use this on Safe Pilot because it's my favorite unit. I'm definitely going to put this on the Warsong Raider. And then I don't use either one of these units, and so I'll just upgrade. The Worgen is an unbound tank. Unbound tanks, those were both unbound tanks, by the way, but unbound tanks are pretty useful. You can set them behind units and be a distractor, which is kind of cool. But I don't use them that much. So if I go back to quest, now we have Molten Giant, and we claim this. And we can do a full upgrade. So you only get the 5x upgrade once, and then it has a timer. And if we go back to quest, which is green, now you can get, so in 28 minutes we can get these rewards. So you basically have, there's not really a limit on questing, and so if you're stuck, you can come here and play quest as much as you want. It's random on which units you get. So we just got Molten Giant, we did the 5x. These 2 units weren't there. Now we have Necromancer and Rivendare. If I played Necromancer, I would have enough to level up Necromancer, so I'll probably do that next. But that is Warcraft Rumble. At first, I didn't know if I was really gonna like this game. It's similar to a couple other like the Hero drag and drop games, but the mix of PvP and PvE kind of keeps the game fresh. There's not really a limit on how many times you can try to beat nodes. You don't have like an energy requirement that you can't play the game. So you could sit here and play the game all day long if you wanted to. You could update on quests. You could play PvP all day long if you want to. There is no timeout. It is a little bit pay to win just because you could come through here, clean out the grid, you spend all your gold, come down here, you could buy another box. This box will give you 3-star levels to a bunch of heroes, so you could level up pretty quickly. However, the cool part is in PvP, all of your units are level 1, so you get to use their traits. If they're uncommon or rare, you can use their traits. That'd be the only way you could gain advantage in PvP, is having 3 perks on a mini or 3 perks, you know, on a leader. Other than that, all the units are level 1, and so the only differentiator you have in PvP is like your talents. But overall, it's pretty fair. There's probably a couple units that are going to get a nerf at some point, but you know, at the level I'm at right now, I can take almost anything in here, have a pretty good day, have a few wins. I'm not getting meted at this bronze level yet, so I'm still having a lot of fun with it, but I'm pretty sure at the higher levels there'll definitely be like some meta battles, and you'll have to swap that around. So anyways, that is it for the game. Free to play. I would recommend it if you've played Warcraft. If you played the game, you'll get a lot of nostalgia because all the units are from the game. The world, everything is from Warcraft. So a little bit mix of a card style collector for your units, and then the map, the PvE and the PvP mix kind of keeps it fresh, and really no time limit or timeout on how much you want to play. So you can become you can get through the campaign fairly quickly if you would like to, or you can kind of take your time and mix up PvE and PvP, but it's a lot of fun. So I'll be covering a little bit more on the channel here, so go ahead and subscribe if you would like to continue on that. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one.